Ever since Black Adam release, it just seems like everyone hates Dwayne Johnson. They're acting as if Dwayne Johnson is like the Antichrist or Adolf Hitler Jr. It's like everyone's treating him as this villain with horns coming out of his ears. So for the last month or so, it just feels like there's always hit pieces on Dwayne Johnson. It feels like every day we're seeing like so much shit thrown at Dwayne Johnson for trying to take over DC. That's something that's a little weird because okay, for a while I thought I broke that, but anyways, but it just seems like out of nowhere this man who was loved by the people for the people, now is like the most hated person out there. Now the good thing is there's no allegations, there's no like signs of him having being an evil person, which is good because Dwayne Johnson seems like such a nice guy outside of movies or whatever. But he always seems like a good guy. But it's obvious to say that he is one of the biggest actors in Hollywood right now. He's always being put on everything. He's literally everywhere. Every like if you go to a theater, they're probably having a Dwayne Johnson movie out there right now. Whether it's your freaking a Jumanji, Black Adam, Skyscraper, whatever, Rampage. And I respect him as an actor. I think he's a talented actor. I think he's really good. Now, I don't think he's like this Russell Crowe level. He's not Michael Shannon. He's not these kinds of actors where you go there thinking he's going to give us an amazing performance. Usually when you go to a Dwayne Johnson movie, you're just kind of there because you want to eat some popcorn, you want to have some fun. Maybe you're on a date, maybe you're out with your friends, and you're just kind of there just to have fun. You're not there for this philosophical, deep movie about romance or mental health or whatever. You're not there for that. You're just there to see giant monkey go crazy in town, or skyscrapers falling, or they're in a jungle and Dwayne Johnson's making funny faces. Like, that's usually what you're there for Dwayne Johnson. You're not there for a cinematic masterpiece. But it does seem like he's getting a lot of hate, and I think a large part of that is a lot of stuff came out. One of the things was that came out yesterday was that apparently Dwayne Johnson had to try to take over DC. He wanted him and Hiram Garcia and Seven Bucks Production to take over DC and build out the story for Black Adam and Superman. And it seems like that's always what Dwayne Johnson wanted. Even before we even knew this, it always seemed like Dwayne Johnson was saying hierarchy of powers about changing DC universe. And I think part of the reason why he was promoting it so much, well, obviously money wise, but I think the major reason why he was saying things like hierarchy of power is about to change, Black Adam's powerful, Black Adam this, Black Adam that, is because he wanted to compete and be the face of DC. Because no matter how big of an actor Dwayne Johnson is, the legacy, the reputation of DC, that's something else. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, these are franchises that stay on forever. Like, these are going to be legacy franchises that exist for hundreds of years. And I think Dwayne Johnson really, really, really wanted to crack the code and be not a part of that universe, but to take it over. And I think what he saw with DC for a while, especially when he was getting bigger, is he saw that DC was in this fragile position that needed a leader. And they were like, and I feel like him, Hiram, and everyone, they were like, we can take it over. We can jump in and see what we can do with Black Adam, a character he fits, and see what they can do and see how they can take over DC. Because regardless of what you want to think, Dwayne Johnson can make all the money in the world with his Fast and Furious movies or whatever. At the end of the day, cracking the code on the comic book genre right now that is a gift. You see what Marvel's doing? Why not try doing that with DC? And right now, people don't want to see original IPs. People want to see known characters. People would rather see a next Flash movie or Superman movie rather than just see some random unknown hero called, I don't know, freaking Super Guy. I couldn't come up with the name right now, but that's the top of my head. And I think him trying to take over DC, that was the thing. But I think a lot of people didn't like the idea of Black Adam being the face of DC, especially DC, which when you think of DC, you think of Superman, Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. You don't think of Black Adam being the face of it, especially because while Black Adam, yes, is a popular character in the DC Comics lore, he's not popular amongst general audiences. In fact, a lot of the people I knew around me, they didn't even know what the heck Black Adam was. They kept asking me, why is Black Adam called Black Adam? And I had to go through this whole explanation. And some of them were even surprised that Black Adam is a villain. It was the funniest thing to have to explain to them. And they were like, why would they make a movie about a villain? It's like the funniest thing having to explain that Black Adam isn't a villain, or well, he's a villain, just that in the movie it seems like he's not. And obviously we saw the movie and that wasn't the case. And that's really what he wanted. He wanted Black Adam to be the face of DC. And it seems like ever since James Gunn came in, he's not really congratulated James Gunn. He's the only interaction between James Gunn and Dwayne Johnson was when they had to announce that Dwayne Johnson's no longer Black Adam. After one movie, after being told constantly for years that the hierarchy of power of the DC universe is about to change. And I feel like a lot of people got really exhausted. I think there's a couple of reasons. Number one, it's people didn't like that he tried taking control. Number two, they didn't like the marketing of the movie, I guess. Number three, I think part of it is that a lot of people didn't like the movie. Now, the movie was well received. But I think a large amount of the reason why there's hate is because they're kicking him when he's down. Because this is the lowest in Dwayne Johnson's career, at least up until now in his Hollywood career. Because for years, all you've seen is success after success after success. Dwayne Johnson is one of the biggest movie stars in Hollywood at this moment. Now, he's not one of the best. He's not to the level of what Arnold, Sylvester, Tom Cruise, but he's definitely right now one of the most known and one of the most, like, people want to go see Dwayne Johnson movies. Now, I do think people overestimated the power that Dwayne Johnson has, because for a while there was always conversations of Dwayne Johnson can make $1 billion on his own, when really that was never proven. And also, I think right now in Hollywood, we're living in this weird time where actors can't just specifically get people to go. Like, I think, like, if you have your Jake Gyllenhaal or your Tom Holland, it's like, yeah, you can drive people to your movies, but you can't really do it in a way where it used to be, where people, or not people, but movies used to market themselves as this actor's in this movie. But nowadays, people aren't interested in that. People would love to see actors in these movies, but that's not the main driving force. People want to see regular IPs that they're familiar with. People want to see comic book movies. People want to see sci-fi movies. They just want to see a cool film. And if it happens to have good actors, then they'll be there. But it's like we live in this weird time, which I'm actually, like, for some reason people complain about this, but I'm like, I actually like this because this makes it seem like they're gonna work harder on movies rather than just have an actor and be like, "Hey guys, our actors here." Like, how many bad Sylvester movies did we get? How many bad Arnold movies did we get? Like, there's so many bad movies with them, and their entire marketing was, "Hey, come watch our movies because this actor's here." No, I don't want to go watch a movie just for an actor. I want to go watch a movie because it's a good movie, and you're seeing that kind of change now. And I feel like that's the main criticism. Dwayne Johnson's gone, but the thing is, we're not in the actor era anymore. We're now in the known IP. Like, people want to go to a movie knowing what the IP is. People want to go watch something more familiar, whether it's Marvel or DC. Not only that, but I think Marvel has also accustomed people to watch movies based on the saga that they're following. I feel like that is also what gets the tickets. That is what brings people. Because a lot of people saw Shang-Chi, Eternals, these movies that I think would have flopped in the box office if it wasn't for the Marvel label. A lot of people went to go watch these movies because they want to keep up with the Marvel franchise. And Black Adam didn't really have that. People aren't keeping up with DC. People don't even know what's going on with DC. We won't even know until James Gunn gives us a slate, which is something I'm really happy about, because I think for years DC has been so in the shadows that now James Gunn's going to lift up DC and finally give us a plan moving forward. Because for years we didn't even know. Like, when I would go watch Birds of Prey, Shazam, Joker, whatever DC movie that came out, I never knew what was going on. Now the thing is, I'm not there just because of the universe, but still, if you have a universe, you do need a plan. You can't just promote, "Hey guys, come to our movies because we have this connected universe," and then not do anything with that. Like, that's not how movies should work. But I think the main thing, the major thing that really affected people to kind of not like Dwayne Johnson, at least for now, I think was the whole Shazam thing. And look, Dwayne Johnson has never come out publicly shitting on Shazam. He's always been calm about it. He's always said, at one point he was asked, he was like, "Hey, are you eventually going to fight Shazam?" And he said, "Yeah," because of course we know in the comics that Shazam's main villain is Black Adam. Black Adam is basically the Joker to Shazam. And it was always suspicious that, we get live action Black Adam for the first time ever, but no mention of Shazam. I mean, we heard the term Shazam in the movie, but we didn't see Shazam in the movie, if that makes sense. And I think what people didn't like is that he's constantly promoting Superman, Black Adam, which, don't get me wrong, I want to see that. One of the most iconic comic book fights out there, or comic book animated, whatever fight ever with superheroes, has always been Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam. That's always been an iconic fight. But the reason why that fight's so iconic is that it's because it's Shazam Black Adam. But because Shazam couldn't handle Black Adam, he needed to get Superman involved. That's always been the iconic part, not the Superman and Black Adam. And I get Dwayne Johnson wanting Superman because Superman's a far more iconic character who has existed for hundreds of years already. This is a character who has changed pop culture. He's the most recognized superhero of all time. He's the granddaddy of all heroes. But at the same time, you also got to know your place. At the same time, you got to understand your character is not a Superman villain. Your character is not a hero. Your character is a Shazam anti-hero / villain. That is what Black Adam is. And I think a lot of people didn't like his silence. And also apparently there's some rumors behind the scenes where he was basically saying that he doesn't want to, like, he was asked to be in Shazam Fury of the Gods, but he didn't want to because he didn't see it as A-list and all that, which I find incredibly disrespectful. I think somebody who promotes themselves as this beacon of for the people, because that's what Dwayne Johnson always says. He says, "Oh, I'll listen to the fans. The fans want this, I'll do it." It's like, yeah, but the fans want to see you against Shazam. That's what the fans have wanted for quite some time. So give the fans that. Give the fans what we wanted from the beginning, which is Shazam versus Black Adam. That is what true fans really want. And I think that's part of the reason why there's so much frustration on Dwayne Johnson. He tried to use Cavill to get fans on board, saying, hey, like, he never said this publicly, but it did seem like he was desperately trying to clinch onto the Snyder fandom by having Cavill in, saying, I'm doing this for you guys, when really, if you weren't doing it for us, you would have gone Shazam. And look, I love Black Adam. I thought it was a great movie. And I think Dwayne Johnson, look, I'd prefer if Dwayne Johnson stayed on as Black Adam. I had a lot of fun with that movie. Even though I know it's not accurate, even though I know that I'm disappointed that Shazam, doesn't fight Black Adam, still, at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun with the movie. But I can recognize there's a lot of hatred. I see a lot of people disrespect. I saw like this weird tweet where someone was saying that Black Adam did nothing to promote Super Pets, but he promoted the heck out of Black Adam. First of all, that's incorrect. If you look at it, fucking Dwayne Johnson's Instagram or Twitter, he was heavily marketing Super Pets for a long time. And also, he literally went into a theater dressed as Crypto, the super dog. You're right? If that ain't promoting, then I don't know what is. But I am seeing a lot of hate. Now, I do not hate Dwayne Johnson. My only frustration came with the way he talked about Shazam. That was my only frustration. And also, I don't want to see a DC universe taken over by Black Adam. I want to see a DC universe that has Black Adam, and Black Adam is great in it. And then we build on from the rest of the characters. Like Superman's the idol, Batman, Wonder Woman. These are the faces of DC, not Black Adam. Which, again, I'm fine if Black Adam has his own movies, 3 movies and all that. But you can't build a Black Adam and not eventually get Shazam. Even Venom, as great as Venom is, what's the question everyone's seeing? When is Venom going to fight Spider-Man? They even teased it because they knew, like, literally, I think the main reason why Let There Be Carnage did so well in the box office was just because of that Spider-Man tease. Even when the first Venom movie came out, the big question was, when is he going to fight Spider-Man? That's always been the question. Yeah, sure, Venom's successful. But they even had to forcefully have a Spider-Man reference just so that people can come to their movies. Right? So how do you expect Black Adam to do it? It's like, I don't know. I don't know how, like, I don't know how the heck Black Adam was expecting, or not Black Adam, but Dwayne Johnson was expecting to get away with it. I do think the hate on him is so weird. I still like him. I still respect him. He seems like a really good guy. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you claim to be the man of the people, then your choices should reflect what the people want. And a lot of the people wanted Shazam and Black Adam. Sure, the people also want to see Black Adam and Superman, but you can't just hide from the Shazam thing. With all these rumors, all the stuff that came out, it is making you look bad. But I still respect him. I still think he's a great actor, and I want to see him play Black Adam. But we'll just have to wait and see and find out in the future. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you like it, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, smash the like button, do everything you gotta do. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.